When is the crime forcible touching charged in New York? By New York attorney Andrew M. Stengel. Forcible touching is prosecuted aggressively in New York, even though it is one of only a few sex crimes that is categorized as a misdemeanor and not a felony. However, forcible touching may be prosecuted as a felony if the accused has 2 prior convictions of the crime or a related crime within the last 10 years, excluding any time in jail or in prison. What is required to charge forcible touching in New York? In New York, a person is guilty of forcible touching when the person intentionally and for no legitimate purpose forcibly touches the sexual or other intimate parts of another person for the purpose of degrading or abusing such person, or for the purpose of gratifying the actor's sexual desire, or subjects another person to sexual contact for the purpose of gratifying the actor's sexual desire and with intent to degrade or abuse such other person while such other person is a passenger on a bus, train, or subway car operated by any transit agency, authority, or company, public or private, whose operation is authorized by New York State or any of its political subdivisions. For the purpose of the crime, forcible touching includes squeezing, grabbing, or pinching. What does forcibly mean in forcibly touches? The law expressly states that forcible touching includes squeezing, grabbing, or pinching. Forcibly touching requires that a person forcibly touches another person. That means any contact involving force, including just a touch. New York's highest state court has held that any bodily contact involving the application of some level of pressure falls under the definition of forcibly touches, including smacking a person's buttocks. What are sexual or other intimate parts of the body? Forcible touching also requires contact either from or on a person's sexual or other intimate parts. Some sexual or other intimate parts are obvious, like one's penis, vagina, and breasts. Other body parts under the law are not obviously sexual or other intimate parts, for example, a person's buttocks or thigh. Even a person's mouth, in the context of an unwanted kiss, is considered to be an intimate body part. What is considered degrading or abusing a victim or gratifying one's sexual desire? Forcible touching also requires the contact to be for the purpose of degrading or abusing a person, or for the purpose of gratifying a person's sexual desire. But short of the accused's own verbal declaration, how would police or a prosecutor know a person's true purpose? The answer is that a purpose element can be inferred by the alleged acts. It does not have to be stated explicitly. Lack of consent and forcible touching. However, the law states that lack of consent may occur when the victim does not expressly or impliedly acquiesce in the actor's conduct. In other words, lack of consent for forcible touching may be implied by the allegations. On the other hand, if a person is accused of committing an act that involves forcible compulsion or a person's inability to consent, then a person would likely be charged with a felony sex crime rather than forcible touching. As a former prosecutor and current criminal defense attorney in New York, Andrew Stengel has handled hundreds of cases involving allegations of forcible touching and other sex crimes. Visit the website of Andrew Stengel for more information, STENGELLAW.com, or send an email to info@stengellaw.com. Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.